Hello, Chompy Dump. What up, Mac? What up, Boba? How you doing? My favorite furry streamer? Oh shit, dude. That's me. Yeah, I got a question for you guys. There's somebody in the Discord who goes by Chronic Ulcer. Who is that? Who is that on Twitch? Does anybody know? I can't remember. We've had a lot of people join lately, and I don't know. I can't remember. Hey, Zaddy. What up, Dizzy? How you doing? Zizzy. Infiltrator? I don't remember. I don't remember Infiltrator. I'm sorry, Infiltrator. I don't remember you. But he keeps drawing my furry character, which is dope. And I really like them. That's why I wanted to know. Because I thought they were sick. Maybe they're a secret kick viewer? Maybe. I have no idea who they are. But they did a recent drawing in the style of like they referenced like Conker's Bad Fur Day for like the carrot drawing they did or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was sick. I would love to tell them I think it's sick. I just don't know who the fuck they are. Because I remember them joining, but I don't remember maybe did I don't know if I was live when they joined, and if they did, I don't remember at all. And I feel like since they're so new, it's so strange to me that they even know I'm like a little mouse dude. Like, how did they come up to that conclusion? They must be like a I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like you need some lore. I don't bring that up very often, you know? I didn't see anywhere in your follower list of matches. Yeah, me neither. That's why it's like a mystery to me. I think it's part of me I feels like it's one of my buddies. And I tried messaging one of them, and he's like, "Nah," because I recognize. I feel like I recognize the art style. I have no idea though. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I'm probably totally wrong, but it's a fun little mystery. So whatever, whatever. Anyways, how you guys doing today? Oh wow, you're coloring him as well. Kind of. I don't really like the way it's going. So I don't know. I'm like partly raging out on it. I don't mind the rendering on sort of like the pecs and shit. Just not a big fan of sort of how the face is going. So I might have to rework that a little bit. It's just not very appealing to me right now. I don't really know how to change it. So mostly the whole eyelid eye area. I don't exactly know what to do with it. Everything else I think is fine. I don't think it's horrible, but no one I know playing today, so skipping going to the field to go home early. Oh hell yeah, dude! Cleaning up the room now. Nice, cleaning up like the paintball room. I'm trying to make a 3D model. Oh yeah, what's it of? Is it your bird feller? Okay, this I think I need to blend in more because it's just a very harsh line there. I want to get that color. But yeah, so I'm gonna, probably just keep rendering this guy today. I don't have any like big goals for today's stream. Not that I ever do, but I'm still waiting to see everybody else's bears. It feels like I'm the only one doing the homework assignment right now, Boba. But I don't know. Maybe you're just cooking. Maybe you're cooking up something special. Maybe that's why there's no bear posts after yesterday's stream. You still have a week. No, there's a character in a game called Voices of the Void. For my low skill level, they're hard to draw, so I'm making them 3D for ref. Oh, okay. That sounds like a lot of effort, building like a 3D reference model. I guess once you've got it, though, you could pose it in like a bunch of different ways. I mean, you'd have to rig it, I suppose, also, but the hotel room, my gear and camera and shit are all over the place. Oh, okay. How far do you travel a lot for tournaments? It sounds like you're always doing tournaments on the weekends, which I guess. Implies you're probably traveling quite a bit, but and all I see is you. Mer, 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 mer. Mer. I love Voices of the Void. What is it? What is it? It's a game, huh? What do you do? I always feel like whenever I ask you guys questions about video games, I feel like I'm trying to LARP as like an internet man. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, video games, huh? What are you doing in those friggin' wild things, huh? Hello, Dave. Down under Dave. I know your name's Down on Dave, but I always say Down under Dave. It's just my thing. I could try though if it bothers you. Down on Dave. I think his eyes need to be wider. I don't know. There's some weirdness going on. That just like fucking bothers me right now. It's just like really pissing me off a little bit. Make me a little grumpy grump. Let's see. Maybe his eyes are too spaced out. Who wants to be under Dave? You collect signal from space, or that's what you're meant to believe. The best way to explain the game is it's a sandbox chill horror game. Is it just me, or is everything a sandbox chill horror game these days? Am I tripping, or is that just sort of like the thing that everybody does now? No, my love is. I feel like sandbox horror games are, well, maybe not sandbox, but I feel like horror games in general are sort of becoming the new like generic like open world equivalent, you know? I've always been a solo gamer, you know. I like playing video games that are like solo adventures. Like I'm a big fan of like FromSoft and shit like that. I'm debating if I could afford it, I'd probably get the new Switch. I don't think I can afford it though, so I'm probably not gonna. But okay, I think this highlight could go farther in here. It's also really fucking expensive. Hey, Snacky. What up, NFT? Did you say horror games? No. No, I'm not like Otter's friend who plays freaking VR porn. I'm a I'm a pure man. Speaking of, how you doing? We were just talking shit about Abyss. Well, not really shit. More like you know, I'm more impressed. Nice work. What up, HFP? How you doing, big dog? How you doing? The Return of the King. I gotta. Should I pull up reference for this? Boba, do you want to start generating reference for me? I'm prompting Boba to find me reference in this stylistic vein, so I don't have to do it myself, and I could just copy that instead of thinking because he's been bullying me. You know that, guys? He's been sending me DMs of like realty finds and people doing referenced images versus non-referenced images and how much harder their life is without it. And I felt personally attacked with that one. So nice render. Holy cow! What up, Y2K? You think so? You think so? I don't know if I don't know if I really. I don't like it right now. I don't like it. I'm building on it, but it's alright. It's alright. I'll take the compliment though. I'm not a huge fan. I really think the not this one. Where is it? Not this one. This I think was one of my better renders. And then where the fuck were those the Ginyu girls? I really like the way these came out. I mean, it's not done obviously. I really like the way that one came out. Do not like that one, so I kind of gave up on it. This is like probably one of my cleanest renders I think I've ever done. And then yeah, so I'm just sort of I can't remember what to name this one. So I'm trying. I'm trying. Anyways, AI Boba, I'm prompting you. Big muscly man, art station style render, uh, light dark background, rim lighting, generate image. Get to work, big guy. Oh my god, what do brows look like, guys? Drawing from imagination is so painful. Should I just start referencing everything now? I think I should. I really have no idea what the fuck I'm doing here. How are you, Snacky? Every time you say Snacky, I always rate it as Snaky, but I don't know why. That's probably not even how you would spell Snaky. It'd probably be like Snakey. 8.8 and it's a 10.9. Otter, you consistently roll massive cocks. I don't know how you do it, but it is a thing that you do pretty much all the time. You're always rolling giant dicks. What's up with that? Huh? What have you been paying Boba? See, there you go. There you go. That's a realistic roll for you. That's what I would expect more often. Nice schmeenus, brother. Nipples in our paper cups, dude. But yeah, Y2K. So the homework assignment for this week is to draw. We were looking at Neskane's art yesterday, and this is Neskane's art. I don't know where the tag went at Neskane. And the goal for this week's homework assignment is to draw the most hypersexualized, safe for work bear you can. And so that's what we're doing. We're drawing some thick bears. Get to work, guys. It's due next Friday. My giant hog is all I have, so thank you. No, you're more than just your giant hog, Otter. Don't sell yourself short, dude. That's what we like you for that, for sure. It's an awesome thing. It's an awesome attribute to have, but it's not the only thing you got. I don't know why I like that. Do I wanna add some fucking crazy striations here? I think it's too much. If I do, it has to be subtle. That does not look subtle. It's too much, I think. Whatever. I can revisit it later. Hello, what up, Ori? How you doing, big dog? Oh fuck. I clicked the wrong bouton. Oopsies. Doing well. How are you? I'm good, dude. I'm good. I've been looking at like the Switch prices, and they're pretty fucked for like the American prices, which means they're gonna be a bazillion times more fucked than the Canadian prices, unless it's just a consequence of your president absolutely destroying your economy, which I'm hoping. I'm hoping this means I get a cheaper Switch than the American price, but that's never been the case, so unlikely. Get a Stream Deck. Yeah, but FromSoft is now they're now doing they're like they're partnering with Nintendo and they're doing exclusives. And that's pretty much all I do. I could get into Mario Kart, I guess. His cheekbones are a little too they go a little too far back. He's looking a little bit like an alien here. I think I need to bring this in. It's a little better. Americans complaining about $80 games, and I'm standing here in Canada wondering what the issue is. Yeah, I know. Our games, by the way, in Canada are $79.99, and they've been that way for God, how long? Probably since like the early 2000s, like 2010s. Granted, you know what's interesting? Video game prices have actually dropped quite a bit. So even though they looked insanely fucked when you read them, you the price actually isn't too bad. Like I think a game back in the day, like an N64 game, let's say, I think I saw like a stat recently that was like can't remember the number, but the inflationary equivalent today would be like $148. And so it's basically halved in price from like the late 90s, which is kind of crazy. But it just feels like it's so much more because we see $80, right? But it just hasn't actually gone up that much. And when you think about it, like the price increase on video games hasn't really gone up at all, as far as I could tell, like in the last like decade. Anyways, I'm just trying to be a little bit optimistic here, you know, while I get my fucking cheeks spread by Nintendo and the economy. Y2K, to be fair, the last AAA game I bought was Battlefield 2042. Luckily, Bin enjoyed it, and I'm at like 800 hours. Damn. Okay, I can't do an accurate 3D model without ref. Now I gotta draw the character and then 3D it, and then use the 3D ref. Yeah, that's usually what we do. When I was taught in school, what we did for developing like 3D references is look at these fucking beautiful chicks. Is we got a profile view of a character, right? So you get the profile, right? And then from there you get the front view. And then what you do is you line them up and you keep passing your dude back and forth between the front and the side view. And my guy's like bow-legged. All right, let's right, and then when you're modeling, you basically have these in a like from a top-down view, you would have them sort of like this, like these images like this, and then you would model your guy here, and then you would just switch from this view to this view, and then you can reference the front pose and the side pose. That's how I did 3D modeling in school. When I did 3D modeling, fun fact, I almost failed that class. I did not want to submit my final assignment in my 3D modeling class, and so what I did was I calculated my grade and what I would get if I didn't do the exam or hand in the exam, like if I got a zero on it. And I had a pretty good grade. I was in like the mid 80s, and so I just didn't hand in my exam and I passed with a 51. In Canada, a 50 is a pass. I know the States it's like a 60 usually. In Canada, a 50 is a pass. So I passed with like a 51%. And I was really nervous that I'd done the math wrong, but I was like pretty sure I'd done it right because I'd done it before on other classes, and I calculated my final grade, and I clutched it by not doing the assignment because I didn't give a fuck about 3D, dude. No offense to 3D modelers out there, I just could not care less about doing 3D modeling. It wasn't that interesting to me. So a 5 passes in Canada. Chat, I'm moving to Canada because I'm sexy there. Yeah, it passes. It passes for sure. Now, are you gonna get a job with that grade? I don't know, dude. Well, actually, grades don't really matter here. Let's do this titty. Topology sucks ass. Looking good. What up, Narn? How you doing, big dog? Oh shoot, who's drawing me? Is someone drawing you? Are you guys magmaing right now in the Discord? Is that what's happening? You guys are all using a. For those who don't know, Magma is a software that allows you to use a shared canvas with a bunch of people. So I assume that's what you guys are doing. Magming? Would magming be the proper verb? Wait, you guys are magma-ing? I don't know. Are they? I have no idea, dude. I have no fucking clue. I don't participate in chat activities, guys. I exist in my own little world. Unless we're gaming, then I play Repo apparently. But I brought up that you should post a picture so we have a reference for an otter. I'm sorry, what? Post a picture of me so that you have a reference of an otter? I'm a human, dude. I don't know if you can tell, but I've mastered language pretty well. I don't know how many otters can speak English. No offense, otter, but you know what I mean. Starting to look hulking. Let's give him some nice pink nips. Is this bannable, by the way? If I draw like big puffy nipples, I mean he's got tiny little areolas, but if I draw his nipples, am I gonna get banned? Does Twitch give a fuck about dude nipples? Did you mean an otter build? I think that's what he meant. I gotta do a gradual transition here. We gotta soften this up a little bit. Maybe if I drop my opacity to like 70, I can get a little bit more softer features. Because right now, shit's too much of a hard edge. I gotta blend more. It's too hard. My guy's too hard, dude. Much like me. Alright. Just kidding. Yeah, I gotta soften this area too. We have too much shadow on the titties. Add a little shine on them. You mean like this? Like a little highlight on the nipples? Or like a full on like anime like sparkle. No, that looks stupid. Whatever. Do they still have the artistic nudity rule? No, they got rid of it. I'm waiting for the autistic nudity rule. They got that one, dude. I'm shirtless right now. This needs to be darker down here. And then we're gonna blend this out as it goes into the light. I'm autistically nude right now, bro. Based. Don't you live with people? What the fuck? Oh damn, I misread your dude. You and Narn right now have the same name. I thought Narn said that. I just saw pink, and I was like, all right. I confused the two of you. Yeah, like 40 guys, they love it. Hell yeah, dude. Based. My dream, my community's dream, really. All of them kind of just want to like live in a fucking big ass whorehouse together, where they're all the whores. Come on, bitch. I'm trying to. Okay, I gotta crank up my opacity, I think. We're going pure black right down here. Ish. That's good. I remember seeing full on art boobs on someone's stream you rated. What? And I'm sure that stream was like around 5 months ago. Well, I rated somebody who just was drawing like exposed titties. Damn, I can't believe I'd do that. That sounds like pretty high risk. Uh-oh. By the way, I'm gonna have to start closing some of these tabs. My clip has been chugging lately. Who would have thought having dozens of tabs open? Bum, 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 bum. Would slow down your computer. Not me, certainly, but whorehouse, no. Your harem, yes. I've drawn cock and balls on Twitch before. Yeah, everybody knows we only care about lady bits, dude. Nobody cares about friggin' dicks and balls. It's only lady bits that like offend. And I'm not saying that to be like some soy wokey. It just, funny enough, is the actual thing that actually gets you in trouble, in trouble. Twiggy, what up, dude? Titties, that rhymes. Twiggy, are you allowed to draw titties on stream? You're a streamer. You probably know better than I do. Am I gonna get freaking turbo banned if I draw giant man melons on my stream right now? Probably not. I'm gonna assume no, but I don't know. If you put hair on them, you'll be 100% safe. Man titties is fine. All right, though. That's what I like to hear. Another win for the boys. Am I right, guys? Free the nipple, dog. That's my build, though, on God. That's what you look like. Twiggy body reveal, dude. Well, I've got a reference of you up right now, so that makes sense. She LARPs as a weird, like, lizard creature thing on the internet, but in reality, we all know she's a buff, hairy man. You could tell just by the tone of her voice. Okay, we got one titty down. I'm just gonna leave this titty alone because it's looking alright, and I'm gonna focus on this other fucking pectoral. I'm gonna just color pick off of this area though. That's hella impressive though. Jesus Christ, were you talking about my man titties? Thank you. I try genuinely. I try very hard. I've got my complaints about it, but I've been trying to not bitch about my own art when somebody gives me a compliment. So I'll just take it. And then when you leave Twiggy, I'll talk mad shit about my own work, not you. Well, I haven't decided yet. Oh, it's too much. Too much shadow. Let's tone it down. Just blend it out. Now, one thing I'm struggling with right now is that his deltoid back here is in the spot where his trap should be. His trap should be like here. So his deltoid's kind of high, and I'm torn. Do I just make it smaller? I think it'd look better actually if I made it smaller. So I'm just gonna carve out the BG here. I'm just gonna shape it up a little bit. We're gonna give him a little bit of a shape up. Stop hating your own art. You're being homophobic. Okay, fair. Guys, is it gay to like your own art? I never got a clear answer from you guys. I've asked this question before, but if I draw like my ladies, like if I look at my ladies here, like these lovely ladies, right? We got her, the airplane stewardess. Let's get rid of the background so we can see them a little bit better. If I look at my ladies, and I'm like, damn, smash next. Is it gay or is it incest? It's probably incest because I created them, you know. Anyways, whatever. Great comeback. It wasn't a comeback, it was a deflection. Is Zeus having sex with humans incest? I don't know. Is Jesus having sex with Mary incest? Kind of. Little weird. That means our whole, like, I don't know. Talking about incest today was not on my list of activities, but, we welcome it, I guess. Okay, I think I'm gonna sort of show a little bit of the traps here. Leave my cousin Jesus out of this. So, are you originally Mexican? What's your origin? Give me your origin story, your lore. I think the trap could be a little bit more shapely. I just want to show more planes. I want more three-dimensionality here, so I want to have this look like it's going behind there, because it is. But it doesn't feel like it is right now. It just kind of feels flat. Also, guys, don't do what I'm doing, where I just like paint the background onto my guy. It's really bad, but I don't care. I like whatever. Fuck it. I'll deal with it later. So it's a future me problem, dude. I'm gonna have to figure out how to render this. Right now, I'm just dealing with this. Mexican but born in the U.S. Very nice. All right, let's saturate this a little more. I think I could push the saturation down here. Same with like in here, just a little touch. That might be too much if I'm looking at it like zoomed out. It's a little much. Whatever. We'll tone that down actually. I don't want just a little bit. Do I want like a clear separation here? Yeah, fuck it. He's turbo jacked. There's gonna be some clear separation. Okay, now I have no idea how any of these muscles look. They're very strange muscles. So I'm gonna be freestyling a lot of the abs and shit. Don't want to overdo it on the values. Probably gonna be a little lighter than this. Let's do something like that. And then more pinkish. Shift the hue a little bit. His ribcage is pretty extreme. I don't know that your ribcage would look this crazy. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this down and I'm gonna add like another pack here. I don't know if that's gonna look good though. I'm torn. I also got to do the beard. Oh, there's so much to do, guys. God, I don't want to do this. Be right back while I load the car and check out. All right. I may tap out of this one and just start rendering one of the ladies because I feel like that's going to be so much more fun for me. What do you guys think? Would you rather I render big hunkin' muscle men or beautiful, soft, delicate ladies? I don't know. So many options. This is like way too much contrast. Too dark. Way too dark. Drive safe and no texting and driving? Exactly. No texting and driving. Triceps a little big back here, I think. I just think I could get a nicer shape on the triceps, so I'm gonna curve it a little bit. And we're gonna add a little bit of a light source here. And this is kind of like a little tendon in here. But we're gonna show the separation because he's freaking jacked. So we'll do. I'm doing the thing I'm not supposed to do. I'm using the background to paint in the edges. What do forearm muscles look like? I think you got sort of like there's this brachialis muscle here. I don't know where how hard. It comes down sort of midway. I'm looking at my own right now. Brachialis, forearm muscle uno, dos, tres. Uh, yeah, these kind of actually split out like that. And then this is going to be its own thing. We're getting more tornadoes today? Dude, you've got to move. Do you live in like Tornado Alley? Is that what it is? I don't know what Tornado Alley is, by the way. I just know it's a thing. Part of me wants to shift a lot of the hues here because I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's too. He's. It feels muddy to me still a little bit. Tornado Alley is the central U.S. The flatter areas in center like Kansas, but it sure feels like we are. Kansas is funny because all I think about in Kansas is tornadoes, and I think that's because of the Wizard of Oz. I feel like I watched that as a kid, and it's like it created like my foundational understanding of how tornadoes or where tornadoes exist, basically. And now I just assume that every tornado is in like Kansas. Kansas is tornadoes. Okay, good. Because does is Superman from Kansas? Because he also has tornadoes a lot, right? Okay, let's just do a general sort of blend here. Just soften all that out. I think this guy's delt could actually pop out more. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do here. Shift the hue. Make him a little pinker, maybe. More saturated, less saturated. I don't know. I don't know. We'll come back to it. No big deal right now. All right, car's loaded. I'm checked out. Sunglasses on. Water, Starbucks, energy in the cup holders. I'll be lurking. For whatever reason, I read cup holders as cup holders, but whatever. What up, Kurt? How you doing, big dog? A lot of pink names today in chat. Fine dinner. Oh yeah, it's dinner time for you, huh? Isn't it a little early for dinner? I don't know what time it is for you, but it might actually be late. Refresh your chat because I see other colors. You're pink. Kurt's pink. Y2K I think is just random, but to me he's pink right now. Who else is pink? Who else is pink in my chat? Mostly you three, I guess. My breakfast is at 7 or 8 a.m., lunch at 1 to 2 p.m., dinner at 7 to 8 p.m. That's reasonable. Guys, I think I'm going to switch to rendering the ladies soon. I don't know if I'm feeling this guy too sweet, you know? Muscles are fun to render and all, but mostly because I'm hitting the hard parts now, like forearms, whatever. I'll just do a quick block in. I didn't realize how physically demanding painting walls are. My arms are sore, but NFT's successfully bullying me into going to draw, so I'll be doing that. There you go. Are you guys magming now? Painting walls is exhausting, dude. It's really tough on your shoulders. Makes me realize how big of a gap between my breakfast and lunch is. Put a little bit more. I think I like it with a stronger hue coming through it. I desaturated a bit there. Fuck, I'm crashing my clip. Yeah, it's fine. I eat at 5 hour intervals better than most people. At least you're regular. I like kind of just eat whatever. I haven't even eaten yet today. So I'm gonna be pretty hungry in like an hour or two. Which is terrible because I've been drinking a shit ton of coffee. So I'm setting myself up for very weird mental state in a bit. Because I feel like when you're really caffeinated but you haven't like eaten anything, you get kind of like floaty, anxiousy feeling. At least I do. Part of me is like, should I shade half of them? Like this side shaded, which means all of these should be in darker values. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna select this, and then we're gonna just sort of darken this whole side. Actually, let's make this a multiply layer. I'm gonna go with a soft brush actually. So I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. Where's my frickin' soft brush, dude? Let's try. I don't know. I have a billion brushes. I should really just sort of filter them down to the brushes I use. This looks soft. I've never used this brush before. Oh, it's not a multiply. Okay, multiply. Legendary mental state. I get a dizzying feeling at times. Yeah, it's a weird state. Okay, it's like you feel floaty, you feel a little anxious. It's not bad. Sometimes right before you get to that point, you're hyper clear. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I'm always in a state where I'm like I could think clearly, I could study, I could do like my brain is just optimal. And then like if you go too far, you get into like anxiety sort of spacey territory. And doing that dance is tough, but what Ori? He's talking about the mental state stuff I was just talking about. Stop texting and driving, bro. You're gonna die. I can't have you dying. Voice to text? Alright, alright. Why did you not draw the handsies? Because I'm terrible at drawing hands. That's why she has no hands. That's why she has no hands. There was a hand there. I don't know what I did with it, but sometimes I get eager, and then I'm just like, I just want to render it. I'll deal with the hands later, and then I just end up being like, I don't want to deal with the hands after all, and then I never finish it, and then I have a bunch of canvases with like half done drawings. But that's life, baby. Anyways, I'm a dip. Enough chit chat to rot my brains. All right, all right. Take off. Take. I was gonna say take off. Take care, big guy. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna add more red, like a little bit more red to like the elbows, maybe like the edge of the face. He needs more life to him. He feels very dead right now, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Sweat. Okay, now I'm gonna go off that. New layer. Grab some highlights. I think we're gonna throw a highlight like here-ish. And then this will just blend down. Oh, I'm still on the soft brush. I was like, why does this feel so weird? It's too much. Way too much of a pop there. I don't want it that much. Something like that, maybe. Oh, I don't like that. Draw the hands if you're gonna finish the piece. That is, I don't know if I will, dude. I mean, the thing is for this, I gotta like grab some reference or something. Drawing a hand at this angle is real tough. I could try, but from imagination, I don't know. These two fingers would probably be like that, and then I guess this finger maybe would stick. I don't know, something like that, and then in here, and this would come down. We get a little bit of meat here, so we need to show that overlap. Also got to clean up this area. Something like that. I don't know what I want to do with the hair still. There's a lot of stuff I want to experiment with on this guy. Why is YouTube popping off right now? There's people actually watching me on YouTube. It's probably you guys that just don't want to listen to my music. It's fine. I'm not offended. Lurk. There you go. The lurk worked. See ya, dude. Okay, I do want to do some shit with the hair. I just don't really know what I want to do with this hair yet. Finally. You're supposed to be lurking right now. I don't know. Got a weird hairline here, dude. We got the turkey hairline going on. There we go. Got a little bit of a reddish hue to the nose. Just a little. I think right now I'm just trying to get paint everywhere because I've been sort of neglecting areas. You got this weird muddy brown like look to it, and it's very unappealing. Whoops. Random question: how often do people ask you for directions? As in, like, if I'm going somewhere on the street, I don't know. To be honest, I would never know because I'm always outside with like earbuds on. And so, unless I visually see somebody come up to me and like ask me something, I'm just not gonna notice. I had a buddy fake rob me once, and I didn't react at all. At all. I was on my way to work, and we worked near each other, and he caught me in the street at waiting at a light, and he came up behind me, and he was like, "Give me all of your money, or I'm gonna kill you." And I didn't react at all. I was listening to K-pop, and I was on my way to work, and then he DM'd me afterwards, and he was like, "Dude, was that you? I just like said I was gonna kill you to somebody on the street, and I got no reaction, and now I'm freaking out because I don't know if it was you or not." I was like, "Yeah, it was." I was like, "Just now?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, it might have been me. I definitely didn't see it." But yeah, so, anyways, so I don't know. I could be like, people could ask me for directions 10 times a day, and I wouldn't know. I don't live very safely. Okay, I hate the hair. We're gonna have to figure that out later. His temples are also a little too extreme here. Milva Lockley, how you doing, big girl? How you doing? Welcome to the stream where we're drawing cute little bears, and then I'm thinking of drawing these ladies too. I'm just I'm TBD on that. I'm forcing myself to try and get a little bit more done on this freaking stud of a man, and then we'll look at the other ones maybe. What are you up to, big dog? You like to draw? You like to draw some drawings? God, this fucking eye is so messy, dude. What am I gonna do with it? Oh. God, I fucking hate the way this is going, guys. I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't be negative, but it's pissing me off. The shapes are just not very interesting to me. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. You use Clip over Photoshop? Yeah. Mostly because I'm cheap and I don't want to pay for Photoshop. And I know there are ways of getting it, but then like they do like an update, and then I gotta fucking find the crack again for the new update. It's not worth the headache, dude. I'd just rather I'd rather use Clip. Clip's fine anyways. It's got everything I need. I'm just kind of used to it at this point, so. Milva, if I well, I should mention while you're here, if you'd like, we have a Discord. If you like to draw, which I suspect you do, we have a little Discord where you can post your art and we can give you critiques and feedback, much like other Discords I'm a part of. And yeah, you can also talk shit. I think Narn, Otter, NFT, and like a bunch of other people are sharing a magma canvas right now, and they're drawing in there. So I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they aren't. Yeah, they are. Anyways, ad segment over. I'm gonna get back to drawing my fucking stud. We are Pookie. There you go. If you want to draw with the community, that's an option. Slaying and winning at life. What are you guys drawing? Wouldn't you like to know? I mean, yeah, kind of. That's why I asked. Quit freaking teasing me, dude. Just tell me. There's no shot you can guess what I'm drawing. Is it a Catman? No, no way it's a Catman, is it? You furry freak, dude. I don't think I've ever seen NFT draw anything but a Catman, so. Actually, he drew that one guy that I made him draw, but he only drew his leg and dick. So, you know, make of that what you will. I draw a lot more variety of things, do you? Working on the head of the model, though. Chad, is NFT telling the truth right now? No, that's what I thought. I think the eyes just need to be bigger, maybe. I don't know, dude. This fucking eyes are weird. I just don't like them. Ugh. We're playing Repo tonight. You coming tonight? Yeah, sure. I'll play Repo. I'll play a little video game. Play your little baby games, guys. I'll do that. I can entertain the babies. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. There's still like some weird shit going on. I think the eyebrow too high, maybe? Is that what it is? Music off? The music off? No. Never mind, I'm on YouTube. That explains why people are popping off on YouTube. I was like, why is my viewer count high on YouTube right now? People don't like my tunes. I see how it is. It's fine. I only listen to the same shit every stream, so. Alright, let's lower this and then see what we could do. You have a YouTube channel? Sort of. I don't post anything. I just live stream the same thing that you're seeing right now, except with no music in the background. I have multi-stream on Kick and YouTube. Yeah. What am I? I'm using a soft brush. I was like, why does my brush feel so fucked again? Oh, there we go. As long as you mute the VOD, you can stream music. Yeah. So what I do, like, and if you look at my channel, you can like look through my VODs. Basically, what happens is I've set up my audio channels on OBS so that when the VOD saves, it doesn't save the Spotify channel. So they're two different audio tracks, right? So track one and then track two. Track one has my voice, and that one gets captured in my VOD. Track two does not. And so when my VOD saves, the Spotify music does not save. So my VOD doesn't get delisted. On YouTube, you can't do that. You can't separate out tracks. And so you end up in a situation where I have to turn off audio on YouTube. Otherwise, I end up getting dinged, and then they mute my audio, which includes my voice, which is no bueno. That's neat. I never heard about doing that. It's pretty common. You'll see a lot of like if you see any VTuber or whatever that's like listening to music, there's a good chance they've just muted their audio, like in their VODs. And it's been like that for years, and Twitch seems to have no intention of changing it. But you know, who knows? Maybe they will in the future. Still feels so odd. There's like some wonkiness. The shapes just aren't. They don't feel very good to me. I also think he's like too bright around this area. I should add an overlay just to see like a hue layer, just to see if how well I've pushed my darks and my lights, because I suspect, yeah, I suspect I could push things a lot more. Definitely, he's looking a little flat from a grayscale perspective. Okay, that's definitely what the issue is. Let's see. Just gonna flatten all these. Merge selected layers. Okay. And then I think what I'm gonna do another overlay layer. So let's add another layer here, and then we're gonna select that. I'm just gonna darken things. Multiply. Really pushing things. I just kind of want like a focal area. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. He is very flat feeling though. Okay, I'm gonna undo the flattening and then I think there's stuff going on that I like better in the old one, like the brow area. The eye's a little iffy too for me. I'm gonna pause on this guy, and I think I'm gonna try and render the ladies. So let's get rid of that. Oh, I need that actually because I drew on that layer. Oopsies. Haha. Teehee. And then we'll draw the ladies. I might actually do the ladies on another layer. I had already started importing them in. So that's this one. Let's do. I'm gonna close some shit because I got too much shit open. So this one's not done. Actually, I'm just gonna use this one. I don't need this. Let's just get rid of this. Actually, we'll put this in a folder, and we'll call it Lady 2. Lady 2, and then we'll import Lady 1. Alright, where's Lady 1? She's somewhere over here. She has a hand, too. I did a hand. I don't know. I gotta find the frickin' layer I did her on. Okay. Where's her hand? Did I delete the hand? Nope, there's the hand. Okay, we got a hand layer there. We got the lady there. Okay, we're gonna copy that, and we're just gonna bring it over to here. We're going to... Why is this locked? Did I lock her? Oh yeah, okay. We'll do a new folder. Call that Lady 1. Lady 1. We'll bring in Lady 1. Then we'll just get rid of Lady 2. Shrink Lady 1. There you go. Something like that. Okay. And then we'll get rid of this lady over here. Hopefully that's erased. All right. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and I'm going to try and render her on a white background, which is pretty brazen. I've never really attempted... I've attempted it, I won't lie. I've attempted it, it just never works. I'll figure out the hand later. And this hand's kind of small. I'll figure that out later, too. Anyways, fuck it, whatever. Let's do this. So let's... I think I gotta make sure that I'm in the top half of the square here. I gotta be really high value with my colors, I think. That would be my guess. So I'm gonna pick something like a beigeish, reddish, pinkish. Maybe we push even, yeah, something like that. A little desaturated. And then we're just gonna block in. That's too. This see that I think is still too. There you go. Too dark. Assuming she's a white lady. I'm just gonna block in the whole thing actually, and then that way I have like I'm gonna have something that I can mask to. I'll have to clean up the edges, but whatever. Fuck it. I'm gonna ignore this line there. I don't really. It's not important. Okay. It's more or less the head. I don't know what this thing is. I like the shape though, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna keep it. Fuck it. And I think what I'm going to really focus on for this one is just getting the base colors everywhere before I actually jump into rendering. Because I tend to jump a lot of steps, and I don't know. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to focus a little bit more on process. But who gives a fuck really about process at the end of the day? As long as the drawing is pretty. Unfortunately, sometimes my drawings don't come out very pretty, in my opinion, guys. In my opinion, and so because of that, I'm experimenting with process, but I really have to force myself to stick to it because I just don't. I'm a freaking naughty little boy, dude. I don't stick to nothing. Almost there for the top half. This hand. I'll just do like a little blob here, and then I'll figure the hand out later. The heels are also something I'm probably gonna rework a little bit as we get a little bit more painterly. Right now, they're just sort of implied. Okay. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. All right. Now that I've got my sort of my clipping mask, I can tidy it a little bit. I'm not overly worried about going over the lines. I just don't want to be under the lines because I want to get the lines in there. Like I missed her hair back here, and I think if I don't get this now, I'm gonna forget about it, and then I'm not gonna render it later because I'm a dumbass. So let me just tweak this a little bit. One last little look see, make sure we got everything. I think we got everything. Oh, no. Gonna clean up this elbow area, wipe that away. This kind of was intentional, sort of, not really, but whatever. Okay, now that we got that, let's lock this. I'm gonna use this as sort of well, I should lock the line art too, and then we'll do a new layer and we'll start blocking in some local colors. So let's the skin I'm gonna leave. Am I gonna leave it like that? Let's do skin. Skin. Actually, I'm gonna leave the skin for now. I'm gonna do clothes. Clothes. What kind of color do I want to give her clothes? I don't know. Let's just spin this wheel and see where we land. Let's try blue. Do like a navy bluish thing. Or not navy, like a baby blue. Okay, the tie I think I'm gonna make red. I should probably do that on our new layer. All right, let's do that on our new layer actually. Yeah. Also didn't wasn't very clean here. Okay. Undershirt, we're gonna go with like an off-white. We're gonna keep it in the cooler tones, but we'll push it. Where do we want to push it? Towards green? No, we'll push it towards the reds. We'll do like a little lavender thing, maybe. I'm gonna try and stick to these layers as much as I can. I'm fucking terrible at that, so it's probably not gonna last very long, but we'll try. And then the tie, I think I'm gonna do an opposing color. So I'm gonna go red, and we're gonna go like burgundy-ish. I'm thinking burgundy-ish a little bit. So I'm gonna drop the value. I'm gonna keep it still in the saturated range. So let's do tie. I feel like tie and shirt could probably go on the same layer, but I'm gonna be really anal about this. Okay. I don't really like that. I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna go consume my YouTube brain rot. All right, see you, dude. Enjoy your several hour long goon sesh. Hopefully it goes well. I'll be around. All right. I'm gonna ignore the skin. I just don't really like. I'm gonna play with some hues here. That is so fucking green. All right, let's desaturate that a bit. Let's darken it a little bit. No, lighten, darken. I kind of like the desaturated look, I think. I got this femboy. Undershirt could be a little bit more cream colored, I think. I should probably do the skin before I start fucking around with the hues too much. I don't want to saturate that as much. There you go. All right, let's do the skin. I'm gonna make this a freaking boo chick. All right, well we had this guy earlier. I know that gets your fucking dick hard KFC, but right now we're doing chicks. I need a break from doing nothing but like puffy nipples and fucking like rippling muscles, all oiled up and shit. As much as I love a nice muscular man circle jerk, I need a breath of fresh air, unfortunately. Just because I was drawing him late last night and I was like, oh shit. I gotta change I gotta get a different flavor in my mouth, I think. Can't just have man meat in it all day. So let's do her skin now. Oh no, I already have a layer for skin. So this is gonna be hair then. And this is gonna go above the skin. hair. And we're gonna drop the skin below the clothes. That way I can paint like a wild man. What up, Faye? How you doing? All right. Now I'm gonna make her something like this, maybe for the skin. Why the heck is everybody in Discord VC? I think they're on Magma right now, so they're doing like a shared canvas, and they're all just sort of drawing together. Does that help? I don't know if I like this. It's maybe a little too pasty. Whatever. We'll leave it for now, and then hair is what we're gonna release. Sort of. What color hair do we give her? Let's give her like a brownish. I want to give brown, but it feels like generic. I don't know. Blonde is also kind of generic. I also don't think blonde would work very well. Red. I feel like every single girl I draw has red hair. I'm not drawing on Magma. I'm doing the homework because I love men. I mean, I love drawing. You and me both, brother. We don't mind if you join. Hey, go join them. Go do some magming. What about an off red? It's a little too desaturated, but oh, I forgot to do her little hat. Brown, brown. Why is the line art changing color? What the fuck? Does somebody know why this is happening? The line art is like gray now. Why? It's not doing that everywhere else. What's going on? Like layer modes, but for the brush. Did I just draw the lines with? I don't get it though. It's all one layer. Did you lower the opacity on something? I don't think so, because everything else is the same. Like, look, it's all on one layer. And then if I move it over, it's black over here. It's like grayish, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Not super duper important. Lines are just sort of guides, anyways. But you know, it's whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Guys, you're never gonna guess what I have to do. I gotta piss so fucking bad. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm just gonna finish this hand and then I'm gonna go drain my cock real quick. Oops. Skin. Ah, it's because I did that. Bonjour, hello, hey cat FX, how you doing? We got a lot of French people on YouTube, huh? Are you the same French person? Maybe I just get the same person. How's it going, Ricat? Hey cat. Oui, je suis le Français avec qui tu avais discuté auparavant. Quelques, quelques livres auparavant. Okay, gotcha. So, I'm gonna just auto-translate everything you say because my audience is English. And so if I switch to French, they're not gonna know what I'm saying. Some of them will. Zaza will, and a few others will on Twitch. But most people won't. So I'm gonna have to read out your messages in English. That's fine. You can type in French. I'll just read it in English. So what they said was, yeah, I'm the same French guy you were talking to before. French dot dot dot. Whatever, Narn. Not my fault you don't speak French. Get good, dude. You've only lived here the majority of your life. Okay. I know it's embarrassing. Well, you didn't go to French school. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. It's not. You're not expected to know French. Okay, guys. I'm gonna be back in 2 seconds. I just gotta piss. All right, and I'll be RB. And we're back. Oh, Kasnak pitched one time. This is true. Only once today. So how you been, Ricat? It's been a while. I'm glad I caught your message. I'm usually really, really bad at monitoring YouTube chat, but I've been trying to be a good boy lately. And I think it's working. Meow, meow. No, no. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing the hands. Okay. Shouldn't you be driving instead of resetting piss monitors? He's using voice to text, obviously. Right, Dizzy? You're not piss doing piss resets manually, are you? Okay. Okay. Let's tweak this a little bit. Let's see if we can. Ooh, that looks way too military. I don't know. It's kind of sick though. Not gonna lie, but Narn is 100% gay today, dude. Holy shit. That's like I think that's a high score, dude. I think I've only seen 100% like one other time when Yeti rolled it. Otherwise, I've never seen somebody as gay as you, dude. Ever. Impressive. 5.8, that's all right. That's okay. There's room for improvement, but I'm very proud of my gay level. Congratulations. You're the gayest chatter today. There's also a 1 in 1,000 chance to roll 101%. Maybe someone will get it one day. Damn. See that, guys? Now there's incentives to participate. Let me see. Oh, wrong command. I've been farting a couple times. Is my mic picking up my farts? I hope not, dude. Let me show you how it's done, Otter. Oh, damn. 37. Almost cured. I don't care anyways. Uh-huh. Sure you don't. All right, let's play with some hairs. Green hair. Dude, this is she looks like the Joker. Why so serious? Just kidding. Let's not do that. Blue on blue is kind of sick, not gonna lie. I just don't know. Blue on blue is kind of sick. So, I mean, that's not blue, it's like purple, but you know what I mean. Who wants to do Dizzy? Green. It's too Joker-esque. Okay, let's just try saturating it a little more. Darkening it. Desaturating. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna leave it like burgundy-ish. I'm just gonna saturate it a touch more. I'll do Dizzy. I'll do Dizzy. I know he wants me to. Let's see. There you go, dude. Can you play Kleenex by Johnny Jane? Yeah, yeah, I can. I can do that. It's queued up. What airline does she work at? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I'm glad that you recognized her as like a stewardess though, because that was the goal. Thank you, Daddy. No problem, son. No problem, my child. Okay, now I don't know what to do. So I put in the base colors, but I don't know what to do. My trip to Paris made me sleep 15 hours when I came back home. Damn, dude, that's exhausting. I'm sad my number's low. Well, you just gotta come back tomorrow. That's all. I'll work on that. There you go. Legend has it changes the more sexual activity you have in a day. Gay style, of course. Okay, let's anchor that to clip to the layer below. Is that right? Okay, it is. Okay, so let's color pick that. It's too much. Let's go desaturated. Let's shift it more towards the blues, maybe. Trying to be very subtle here. Who's this? This is a lady. I don't know what her name is. She's just a lady. You've probably seen her before. You've definitely seen her before, HFP, because I feel like she's certainly been around some of the streams we've had with you present, I think. I may be wrong though. What other outfits would she have? I have no idea, dude. You tell me. I feel like you got something locked in the chamber, freaking cocked back and ready to pull, dude. Just unleash. Don't keep us waiting, big guy. A bikini, I'd say. There it is. Yeah, bikini is a good start. A sexy one too. Is there such a thing as a non-sexy bikini? A tank top and lounge shorts. Tank top and lounge shorts. You're a big casual lifestyle guy, huh? Very easy going. She'd have a two piece. She looks like a waitress or a business girl. That's what I'm thinking. She's like a stewardess is more what I was going for. What about her sitting on the toilet in the hotel room bathroom? Uh, I don't know, dude. What about it? That's an interesting take. Didn't see that one coming. Oh shit. No time to go to the bathroom. She's a busy, hardworking lady. Yes. No, but then he's gonna say she just shits her pants, dude. She has a male escort awaiting her on the bed. Damn, you can get those? Is that a thing, really? You can get male escorts? Ladies, can anyone confirm? Do men get a do they get down like that? What does he look like? Oh, here we go. Blonde hair, pretty buff, and has a nice butt in privates. What is a nice private? What are we thinking here? Cut, size, angle, tilt. I need dimensions. I want to see some math. Okay, now I'm gonna push the forehead a little bit more yellow. That's too yellow. He's slightly taller than her and has a 6-inch Johnson. 6 inches, huh? The fact that you called it a Johnson makes me think that you're older. I'm not profiling you. I'm just, I feel like I don't hear that term a lot among the younger crowds. I meant penis. There you go. I know what a Johnson is. Under my arms. Okay, let's go with a warmer and a cooler shadow. Johnson. Yes, Johnson. Oh, I fucked up a part of the hair. Oopsies. This should sort of drape in like that. Also known as a Richard or a Dick. Unfortunate name from the past. Whoops. I don't want to do that. I could be cleaner, I think, with these lines. Or with these values. Not values is not the word either. Fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna shut up. I can't talk right now. Poor guys. I should describe his clothes. He could even be her personal assistant. Ooh. What does she do for? Well, if she's a stewardess, she wouldn't really have a personal assistant, right? So he could just be another flight attendant. And the thing is, when you're a flight attendant, you guys spend a lot of time together, you know? A lot of opportunity for things to happen. Things that wouldn't normally happen, I would say. Some would consider things that are odd at times. Flight attendant, it is. Mile High Club, of course, of course. Do they have a steamy work romance? Oh, they got. Well, she's got some steamy somethings. That I'll tell you. Maybe she cuddles up with him. Right after going to the bathroom. Barrel still smoking. You know. Catch my drift? Oh, they totally, they totally would. Hell yeah. Oops. Mile High and Lows would be a good title. It would. That's a very creative title. There's an erotic novel that I used to listen to back when I worked in animation. I've showed a couple of my friends, so there's a good chance I've sent you this before, but it's an erotic novel called Pastors Eat Pussy Too by Quan Mills. If you guys get the chance to listen to it, it's great. Since we're on the topic. As soon as you're done, please can I see her naked on the toilet? Unfortunately, I can't make her naked on Twitch. I'm very sorry about that. I do appreciate the enthusiasm though. Can I ask HFP how many streamers have you actually convinced other than me to like at least partially or fully draw a shitting lady? You can do it off stream and share it on Discord. I can't share it in my Discord because my Discord doesn't have we don't allow not safe for work in there, unfortunately. To a degree. How about her wearing just a t-shirt and some shorts around her ankles? I'm pretty into this right now. I'm gonna be drawing this probably for a little while. So I don't know. I don't want to say yes because the answer's probably gonna be no, but I don't, I don't want to take away the anticipation either. But the reality is I probably won't. If I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, let's add a shadow layer to the close. So let's anchor that to the layer below. We'll do that, and then we'll push the saturation and decrease the value. I need to send you the audiobook of This Hoe Got Roaches in Her Crib. Please do. I'd probably listen to it. Okay, this could be more saturated. That's a little too much. I don't really like that. I don't want this double. There we go. Oh, does it look like she pissed herself? That's not really the goal with this. Well, not my goal, anyways. Had to stop for gas. Very nice. I'm like turbo focused right now. I think everybody else is too. I might have done too much dark. The magma people flexing that magma lets them log in. Can you not log into magma? Are you having issues with it? I keep drawing and erasing. Focus right now. Yeah. I'm drawing dicks, Dizzy. Are you? Is he really? I swear to snack if you're lying. I like that I'm your god, dude. Hell yeah. That's what we're all about here. Godhood. Or at least getting close to attaining it. Does that mean I die if he's not? Drive safe. Let me know when you're home. I might wrap up at the 3 hour mark because I'm finna play some video games. I think I've overdone it on the sort of dark tones here. I'm trying to pull it back a little bit. But I'm also getting into my over rendering mentality where I'm not letting shit go. What kind of video games? I thought we were playing Repo. Repo. You play games with your server? Yeah. I give the peasants some me time sometimes, you know? Let them have a little taste. Mingle with the small folks. Yeah, okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just joshing around. I heard it's gonna be repo with all my crushes. Okay, is there like a limit on how many people can play that game? I feel like there's a lot of people that are gonna be playing today. Okay, I'm just gonna say this section here bothers me a little bit. NFTs a maybe, his internet's down. Classic. Nah, too much. Overdid it. Would you say voice to text frowny face? What the fuck? Oh shit, my fire alarm is going off, guys. Alright, I'm gonna end stream because well, I gotta evacuate the building. That's strange. Yeah, question mark, question mark. Alright. I'll update you guys in like I don't know, 10 minutes. I guess I can just no, I'm not gonna let it run. I'm just gonna end. Alright. Peace, guys. I'm going.